tonight we wanted to make a ceremonial handover to the people who actually made this happen, because I may have had the opportunity to go to New York to receive it on behalf of this community, but it's for you. So over the last 8 years, we've been able to roll PFP out to 858 schools. And there's a general acceptance around the world that that's amazing, that we have seen phenomenal growth. So in thinking about this evening, I was thinking, I remember a few years ago we were talking about PFP has to become a movement, that people need to join the movement. And many of you will have seen this video from TED where there's like, how do you create a movement? So it started with a lone nut. I'm putting my hand up and say I was the lone nut. But this movement, 858 schools, 1,700 people who've been through the program, about 2,000 people who have contributed to the program, is because of many yeses in this room, many people who said, I'm willing to join this, I'm willing to say yes. I want to acknowledge someone in absentia. The very first person who said yes was a woman called Aine Brown, who was the head of leadership development for Nedbank Business Banking. And I went to her and said, we've got this dream of leadership development with a difference. And she did not think about it for a minute. She just said, this is the way that leaders will be developed in the future. Because we in Nedbank have to send our leaders into Alex to learn about the future generation of our next customers. It doesn't help for us to send them into, and I love Gibbs, by the way, but it doesn't help to send them to Gibbs because they kind of come up from the Gibbs. They're still not going to understand life in Alex. So tonight is about acknowledging all the followers. So I want you to stand up if you have, and I'm going to do it in phases. So those of you with gold stars on your name badges, we're just going to give you an opportunity to acknowledge that you are the followers that made this thing work. So firstly, all the school principals, can we have all the school principals stand up? If you're a school principal and you've been part of this program, all the school principals. There are a few of them in the room. I'm looking, even if it's just Snooky that stands up, but I mean, there are a few more. Can we have... This is amazing. We only have 2 school principals. You are the reason why we do this work. So we are completely inspired by what you do. Then we have a whole bunch of people who have been brave enough to partner with school principals. So this is not an easy task. These are people who step out of their corporate office, they go and spend some time with the school principal, they get confronted with things like, what's the biggest issue facing why are you staying awake at night? And they say, because of teenage pregnancy. And any business leader who heard that knew that your heart went into your feet and you go, oh my goodness, what do I do now? But I want to acknowledge the courageous and brave business leaders who have become part of this program. So can I get all the PFPs who have been business leaders who are working with principals to stand up? And this is your moment, so please don't wait. If you wondered what courage looks like, you've just seen it. So my dream is that headhunters around South Africa will get to a point where they go, oh, you have been a partner for possibility. Clearly you are the kind of person that we want in our organization. We won't even go through any further discussion about it because it will happen. It's happening. 858 of South Africa's most amazing business leaders have already got involved. And then we have in the room people who have not been a principal or a partner, but they've made it happen, and they have a gold star on your name badge. So please can we have the other people who are not a principal or a partner, but they've been involved in the program and they have a gold star in there. Can we have you stand up, please? And none of this would have been possible. And I was looking at the list, and I'm just seeing Jenna at the back there. Jenna is here tonight. She has a gold star on her name badge because every time we have an event at World's View, Jenna makes it possible for us to have that event. And I'm looking at Lorraine, and Lorraine has just been an amazing supporter. And Sizwe, who has, been a voice at the back of the crowd saying, go for it. So tonight is for you. Now, I didn't do my work because I wanted to check, is Trevor Calladine here? Because he was going to be here. I don't know whether he showed up. But he was the man that you saw at the front of the... he was the GDE person, so he's not here this evening, but he was the GDE person who talked about how as a circuit manager, having partner responsibility in his circuit changed his life as a circuit manager because suddenly he didn't have to nudge and cajole because people were doing things on their own. So I'm not going to embarrass anybody to ask you to come to the front. I do want to acknowledge that the person who was going to do this evening, I wasn't going to come tonight. I was going to do it, be in Cape Town and let the Joburg team do this. The person who was going to be tonight to do this section is Robin Whittaker, who lost her mother yesterday morning. Her mother died yesterday morning. And it's a big challenge for us because it made us think long and hard about how we spend our time and what we do, and we'll talk about that later. But so, for all of you with gold stars on your name badges, thank you. The WISE Award is a big deal. It is every year 400 initiatives around the world get evaluated, 15 make it through to being the finalist, and then 6 get selected. And when I did the talk, which is also online, when I did the talk at WISE at New York this year, there was an amazing appreciation for what we're doing in South Africa. So no longer do we have to have the story that the answers for our issues are in New York and London and Brazil. Africa's solutions for African problems, and we have done this. And so this is for all of you. Can I just have a big round of applause?